Today, I would like to invite everyone to the famous story of an innocent, brave girl with a distinctive characteristic that everyone easily recognizes: her familiar red scarf. Our main character is Little Red Riding Hood. This story is not only a meaningful lesson about vigilance, but also an exciting adventure in the deep forest. In the journey to her grandmother's house, there are not only joys, but also unexpected challenges awaiting her. Let's explore. And now, let's begin with the journey of Little Red Riding Hood. Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a very cute little girl named Little Red Riding Hood. She always wore the red scarf that her grandmother had given her, and everyone in the village called her by that endearing name. Today, she would visit her grandmother in the middle of the deep forest. Her mother asked her to bring a basket of cakes and honey to visit her sick grandmother. Before leaving, her mother told her not to talk to strangers and not to turn into unfamiliar paths. As she entered the forest, the little girl looked around, admiring the vibrant flowers and listening to the melodious birdsong. Little Red Riding Hood admired the scenery and picked a few flowers to give to her grandmother. She didn't know that a cunning wolf was observing her from afar. The wolf approached the little girl and pretended to be friendly, asking where she was going. The little girl happily replied without knowing that he was a wicked wolf. She unintentionally told the wolf that she was on her way to her grandmother's house. She had forgotten her mother's warning not to talk to strangers. Meanwhile, the wolf quickly ran to the grandmother's house before Little Red Riding Hood. It knocked on the door and deceived the grandmother by imitating the little girl's voice. Thinking it was her granddaughter, the grandmother opened the door. When she opened the door, she encountered the wicked wolf. It quickly hid the grandmother and disguised itself as Little Red Riding Hood's grandmother. When Little Red Riding Hood arrived at her grandmother's house, she was surprised to see that her grandmother looked strange. But out of love for her grandmother, she approached to have a conversation. The little girl asked, "Grandma, why are your ears so big?" The wolf replied, "So that I can hear you better." The little girl asked, "Grandma, why are your eyes so big?" The wolf replied, "So that I can see you better." The little girl asked, "Grandma, why are your teeth so sharp?" After asking that question, the wolf pounced, intending to harm Little Red Riding Hood. Fortunately, a hunter passing by heard the cries for help and rushed into the house, driving away the wolf and saving the little girl and her grandmother. All three of them escaped unharmed, and from then on, the little girl always remembered her mother's advice, never to talk to strangers again. And so we have together experienced the dramatic journey of Little Red Riding Hood. After facing challenging trials and an unexpected encounter with the wolf, the little girl has learned valuable lessons about caution and bravery. In the end, thanks to her quick thinking and the help of the hunter, the girl and her grandmother safely escaped danger, and the wolf was rightfully punished. The image of the girl in the red hood, with innocent yet determined eyes, has left a deep impression on all of us. The story may have come to a close, but the lessons of love, vigilance, and unity still remain in our hearts. Little Red Riding Hood is not just a character in a fairy tale. She is also a symbol of the power of courage and the ability to overcome difficulties in life. Thank you all for following this story. Remember, in life, it is always important to maintain alertness and belief in the good things. Challenges may come unexpectedly, but with courage and support from others, we can overcome any obstacles. Wishing you all a joyful and inspiring day. See you in the next stories. Let's explore more wonders in the world of fairy tales together. If you find this story enjoyable, please help me by giving a like and subscribing.